Before the commander, we are on the Dividend channel. Today we are once again immersed in the legendary General Zero ALD strategy. Prepare for a heated battle with cunning strategies and cool tactics. Today we will watch a fierce battle between Talon players. According to the map, the Parliament of Gaza Polunova played strategically at the top point of the map here, with red colors for SSA and SVG she positioned below as Fang green color China tanks. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell to be one step ahead of Killed for Victory, and don't forget to visit our channel nickname to participate and watch streams together. Well, generals, let's actually see how events will develop for us. Downstairs has already been installed during the Plant 2 resources of the center. There is one power plant. Hello is playing from above, and as we can see is already trying to block all three of its passages to its base. He plays for money and passes. In principle, he favors this. He can make us patriots. The work is not even the deadlines on this card, and in principle it is all success in this regard. He is just trying to find a fan in one of his first attacks, but it is not yet clear whether he will go to the center. There will be homes. They can in principle be dealt with. The resources of the center are also available. In most cases, who controls the center in principle is actually closer to victory. But fuck, he knows how it will be possible in this game. The Lion Panda will be successful today, and he will win the columns of the coupon playing was more or less correct. He installed one of them for the power plant and made it an observatory so that it would be enough for all his needs, for he already has Patriots. Quite energy intensive in fact, and steam occupies the center. The houses are already occupied. He begins to give way to an empty building, destroys them so that Talon does not have the temptation. I understand that we occupy them on the right side of the center, and they are also already occupied. And of course the same will be done against them. Neutral buildings are also destroyed. Talon is trying to build some kind of defense for the center. It is not yet clear how he will resist. The barracks have fallen on the right flank of this already ordered mines. This makes sense if you still risk your health to attack Talon. Whoever had a plan to run into written lines, well, there are already exciting ones at the coupon. They are trying to assemble several cameras late enough. He had a Zarma and a military plant of one chamber. Only just as soon as they appear, one rocket man always ran to the Patriot, but unsuccessfully, extremely unsuccessfully. As long as the couple is not trying to break into the coupon's defense, it would be necessary, of course, such a defense is in principle hacked. We will notice the stupid howl. As I say, the center for extracting resources is already a propaganda center for 2 already, and an airfield. The command center is already stopping nearby, a bit early, but in principle the bank will see what it can afford, and is building this command center for my device. On the 5th frame, it already appears in order to use the increase, but apparently it fell on other plans. Let it be while there is money, well, let it be in the center there is an attempt to break through there. Though the stupid one was imprisoned and a bulldozer went to repel the attack, but the sanctions that arrived destroyed the bulldozer as well, but the Patriot remains in our game. Everything has already appeared very finished. There is almost the center, everything is fine. Alonso feels more than confident to put his command center too, by the way, quite early. If you look at the MiG's own game in the air, I went after the cameras, but they're under the cover of a Patriot. You can't particularly hit with books, and they return them back. They fly at their base. There is already. The American general also has an airfield, so most likely Alpha Aurora will appear soon, especially since there is already a propaganda center, strategic center, and this is actually one Alpha Aurora. But so far it has been used very badly. Only one red guardsman has been destroyed. The rest have all fled to the X and are trying to interrupt you with another attack. The center of the base, again, in my opinion, unsuccessful, but Although the Patriot was destroyed, Plusik already lost his coupon. Well, in principle, the coupon will pay off immediately, the coupon will suit you. The new Patriot is moving very slowly, Agate. People following without America's upgrades, we see already has shaved attacked Alpha Aurora. Again, it kind of works, but again, it's not being used as... You successfully, only one Gatnik was destroyed. Another attempt by Megami to crush these cameras does not turn out more successfully. 4 Gatlings were destroyed at once. This was not a cheat, but overall very successful this time. Talon uses Aurora, and only one Ugly gets to his base. Well, actually, the street plan for a couple of evenings on Lotus payments has already been captured in the secondary economy. It's probably too early to talk about 2 frames of blue players, but in personal economics for such a game, most likely what you will need. So, based on the coupon of coupons, in principle we already have a frame of 1-1 super weapon, 1 laser beam particulars, whatever they call it, but this is the super weapon of an American general, but it is already being built, already half adjusted according to such a game, since it is difficult for the fan to break through the center. I think that soon all these super weapons will be used, that Ufan will most likely also they will. In the center, he has 2 additional resources in the center, extracting cars and boxes and collecting houses undercover, which fans took for themselves at the start of the game. And this center in fact does not give. The media flew again to catch Anna. 1 camera was destroyed. She tried to build a coupon for the next Alpha Bororov in the game. Well, 3 ugly tanks took us at once. Well, the plan is bad, of course. Now we will have to play against Alpha Aurora. Enough unpleasant units in the game. They will have to come up with something to get rid of him. Apparently, the copper flew to the left flank, and there we have it on the left flank. Also, it seems that the Black Lotus is an attempt to destroy the Patriot so that the Black Lotus can run in. And so they attacked beautifully, but still a Patriot. They destroyed the Black Lotus, ran around Talon's neck. I don't know how successful she will be there. But the run is a coincidence. You will already have 2 Alpha Aurora destroying the recently captured plans. It won't be long before she... Worked for the benefit of the Thai general. But the most remarkable thing is that Talon loses 1 Alpha roll with each attack. That is, they are worth money. That's about $2,000. And judging by the fact that he has already run out of boxes at 1 resource center, he will soon have to go to the secondary economy, but there is already a strategic center, so this case may be feasible. A fairly large group of cameras. Our Talon has already formed in the center and may also slowly try to break through somewhere, but by the way, there are no special aggressive attacks from the Talon itself. He's just waiting. It seems to me that he expects it after all. It will be difficult, if anything, to suddenly stop these attacks by Aqua Auras on Promplag, which is mostly only Bazuha. The red guards came, which means we need to order a group, but no one will destroy the books to earn bunkers. The bunker is on fire, but no, it is burning like this. It still remained there, just a little bit to pee. But the Patriot was still destroyed. The camera went to the right flank. Here the black lot is not visible to us anymore. The airfield worked for the black lot, but the black lot itself is also not visible, which means he lost it somewhere. Process while we were distracted to the right flank, it still happened there. And which coupon was ultimately left without the airfield, it remained left without. We'll see you in Black Lotto, facing issues with several cameras, but they managed to react in time and just barely lose it. The rest return battered, but they make it back to their base. The sound, the art of the blow is already here. It soared, the promotion soared. And we got 1 promotion. Most likely, this is the case at power plants. The power is turned off for the laser beam, which will not be able to use it for some time. Talon will not rebuild its power plants yet, but there is no big fan of forces as such to go on the attack. Well, here the Patriots also stop their action and cannot be used for defense but such, while Fan was looking for his chances. Talon had an opportunity to restore the power supply, and the Megs flew again. This time, two cameras are also not bad. Well, cameras are also worth money, consider, even if on average you put 3 rocket launchers there per Hummer, but with a plus Hummer, then they also cost about $2,000, which is quite expensive. After all, with the airfield destroyed, Fan had to install new MiGs, which must be kept under personal control to avoid being hit. What is the cost? Moreover, since our plan includes a Chinese tank general, the loss will be quite significant. The transport plane is already flying, which means that Talon has a secondary economy and uses one with super weapons to destroy power plants. But as you can see, the power plant, the song stopped, the counter didn't reset, the nuclear missile didn't halt at all. Still, the timer is progressing, indicating there is sufficient electricity for the fan. Whoever will now make a coupon will build 2 of your airfields for each firefighter. A nuclear missile will be launched in a minute and a half, maybe more, maybe. Even later, everything here depends on the fan, his mood, but again, he doesn't try to look for weaknesses somehow to break through Alpha Bro. His bases are constantly flying and his reactor is destroyed. The reactor is very useful. It turns out that he just sits on defense every time he rebuilds back from his buildings, but you can play like this before. There was one truck here. I just sent reconnaissance to you to see what was there on the right plane. As I understand it, he didn't see it, but he still thought about going another one on the right flank along Aurora, and so it seems like a little damage. It causes 2 things there. I take them away. Here too, take them away. Not in general. The problems from this have fallen. It is decreasing. We just need to restore the additions and the group of our units in order to somehow resist so that it is not so noticeable. There were 2 I didn't cancel, but I wanted to put 2 mine. However, the process was disrupted by unforeseen circumstances. It's just a super weapon, but I changed my mind about what the Spectre Shop controls on the table from the promotion. And here we have the propaganda center and the new airfield next to each other, and the first and second buildings are lost, so that they work just fine. Again, now he will have to build a new airfield and propaganda center. Again, there is extra money. We see that the airfield is placed on the propaganda center. There is not enough money. The Aurora flew again and again. It is not allowing the fan to be built. The new airport is the problem. He gave a lot of opportunities, Talon developed, and now he will have to suffer in places. So we can see that the nuclear missile rolled back. Let's look at the base of Talon, where you can generally be stupid in order to cause maximum damage. In general, I think that it would be necessary to drive such Alpha Auroras crazy in the center by the strategic center. Without the strategic center, it will not appear. It will have to be rebuilt, and we see that those same Alpha Auroras are again bringing a lot of trouble too. The Fanaya base was a counter economy, some kind of emotion. This matter, it was destroyed by the Auras. Okay, even though the guys are still alive and well, Fan still chooses to hit alien super weapons and destroys. But the fact is that 2 airfields remain in the game again, while new ones are already building, of course, a laser beam cannon. A single Dragon tank continues to operate on the right flank, still using coupons and canceling the barrel loot. Instead of 1-2 passionate generals at once, in short, it's just some kind of nightmare. So that for the plans, what is there? That some Alpha Aurora units are constantly flying over his base, also not so small, they can practically see the entire base. Well, at least the center of the Talon base sees that there is a drone hanging here, These drones are not cancelled in any way. On the right flank of the Dragon, everything has already been destroyed. Glass's further sleeping bullets like this are simply wrong not to pass further. The center continues to extract resources for you. Well, the resources are becoming, say, less at once. Pan still has money for a new propaganda center, but it's hard for Pan to stay in the game every time. This is how personally the economy of change appears to us immediately. A setup with 2 laser weapons to counter Upanpan's nuclear missile might present new challenges in the near future. I won't necessarily show up, I just have to have a personal economy. Talon, it will be better, much better. 1 such transport plane drops 1,500. Here are 3 drop zones here for you, please. 4,500, 1,000. Since you have 1.5 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, there is a Black Lotus. The books are again trying to catch the cameras inside the camera. They were simply destroyed. That is, Polon is also having a hard time. He also can't adequately pass his attack. Difficulties in this regard are everywhere. MiGs, they fly everywhere and stop all attacks. But the problem is that the world has a problem with marriage. We see Auroras. Here are Auroras constantly. No matter where they build a plant, they don't find their goal everywhere. But they lose a lot of their alpha Auroras. But his money is more money. Appears due to the cash economy, then the plan itself had the plan to start with a stronger aggressive game, but he still missed the moment. It didn't work out in principle. He didn't try too hard to leave. He still decided to play defense. And probably all the same, this factor makes itself felt even more. Scout drones fly over the base of the plane. Talon sees the map almost completely. This cannot be said about the fan himself. Well, again, goodness returns from his combat flight every time. Plans are more and more problems. I wish well, production at the center is already carried out in this regard. Remember, it will be easier, but what will you do if the money runs out? The problem in the center is not clear. That another attempt to break through on the right flank. There seems to the fan that the easiest way to do this is with their corpse trucks. The camera here was lost. One side lost 2 units, not 2 units finished. Here's this promotion flying was reset. The Boric Bomb Company. Well, Fauna's problems were problems with money, obviously they were. The guys mined hackers, but these hackers were destroyed. 2 hackers only have a plan with money left, which is quite tight. Soon we will see more launches of secondary repeated super weapons. Another spectrum of Ganch to destroy electricity, but this is in order to turn off the nuclear missile for some time, and Fauna 5 loses 1 power plant, builds another. Arthur flew in response. There is such a power plant at the airfield, but there is a spare airfield there, so it is not critical. Now it's a loss for Talon, but electricity will still be allocated to him. For some time we will not see a super weapon from an American, but the principle of a coupon of money should be enough. Can you build a new power plant? Yes, there are new power plants already in the game, and soon something will resume its work and start up. Hello? Well, actually, we didn't wait long. He uses his beam to destroy as many buildings as possible, and as we can see that he doesn't make time. A nuclear bomb flew, a nuclear missile again at the power plants, and this time near Talon. I think the light went out for a long time. Now let's look at Fanov's actions. She doesn't really have anything else to go there. Let's say she doesn't have enough strength here. He really doesn't have enough strength, and now she will have to find resources somehow, but where will you find them? It's not clear at all. A carpet bomber flew, judging by the trajectory it's posed. The other 2 power stations. Power plant telepath. In the meantime, they flew further and are flying to the power plant and to the secondary economy. That is, they didn't have 2 at once, although they could. The British used you face bomb, however. What to do if there is still enough electricity? They won't let you break through just like that. The base of the parade. Also not the most different promising options. There is, of course, a command post, thanks to which they use the plan for their assassination attempts, but there are only the last boxes left to deal with the economy of $1,200. There are still boxes here. There are some, but the bunker works here. They just won't allow these resources to be collected. It's a long game, it turns out. It's different from the fact that Talon Street there, the general, was caught so homeless. He is one of the most expensive, probably, of all Americans. And because of this, his order for the unit is expensive. He cannot act so aggressively, unlike other American generals there. Therefore, he probably has to play more from defense, but Tampen's style of play, agreeing to give Talon time to develop, and Talon, in fact, in the meantime, took advantage. Now it is, as they say, paying its dividends. Again, Alpha Aurora is flying, Pan is trying to break through somewhere, but here, in my opinion, he didn't break through. On the Leon flank is trying to destroy the farce and say the times here will be confirmed. It is becoming less and less. Yes, I won't achieve my goals at all, but Talon is doing well. He has a counter economy, he works, he has money. That is, in this regard, he has no problems with the base, he has no problems with money, but he is trying to build a new command center. It's unclear why. He already has one or the more command centers you have, probably the higher your chances of winning. As I understand it, there are already 2 command centers. Why do you need 2? I see. Well, let's see. You can say something about it. Maybe he knows something there that we don't know. Well, in general, I think I wasted 2,000. Did fans spend it? Or he thinks that he's just more protected here, the bunker here. Well, I see. A good bomber flew. Here, by the way, from time to time they arrive at power plants and in the drop zone. Well, this was already a good assassination attempt. This is really the case, yes. But here's what suggestions fan has now. Well, we just need the units to somehow break through this whole defense. Just like that, the coupon doesn't allow another one to do this. Talon uses it better, and this time they get help with Alpha Aurora, but the nuclear missile is still destroyed. It arrives here at the power plant. Temporarily, we have Talon again without electricity. That is such a very protracted game. We get one. There, the meat was chopped there. The forehead didn't happen. But here, it's purely positional like this. The Cold War is exhausting, and while my plan is losing it to me, although maybe an hour will cast a trick and be able to simply break through to Talon's base, we even see that Talon has a base, as it were. Yes, he basically has everything plus or minus the counter economy. If not, no, there is a defense, but this defense needs to be broken through somehow. So an attempt at aspects of the military plant brought the Franks a little closer to the ready-made tanks already available. Machine guns? They handle it easily enough. Well, the column splits its laser jacket and destroys 2 nuclear reactors. Oh, she's getting weaker and weaker. The main thing is that there is 1, 2, and 3, and hackers are all working for his economy. A rather difficult situation is actually being thrown under them. From the airfield there, in principle, even an Alpha hand doesn't have vodka for me either. Even Talon is beginning to experience a problem with the economy of Alpha Avro. Not much is visible anymore. More than a year. The interesting thing is the Salon did not use, so the attempt was to use about 10. Well, yes, they fly there like that, but somehow they don't cause much damage to the power plant. Another bomb has appeared. It doesn't seem to fly where it needs to, it just flew over the Talon base, and somehow it doesn't seem to have any great success. The coupon itself only has 3 cams, even 2 cameras, and plus a doctor. It's not that much. And simply at the expense of Particular, whether he is going to play coupon 3 builds, saved money, and decided to use 3 anyway. There is one team. Why doesn't he understand it? By the way, how were the taxis at home in the center, still standing unharmed? Talon never knocked them out. Pan never dared to go. So I understand he has ordered a cart for himself. Gata and Truz will go to the right flank. Well, you can try it as an option. While Talon Kid Defense is waiting for a photo in principle to try, we have a thermobaric bomb again. and it is flying just in the direction of the military plant, and the long plant has time to sell its fan. And it turns out that we have an increase in services simply nowhere. The promotion was used simply to go nowhere to attack front on the right flank, and through the center attacks us Talon along the way, losing one of her cameras. She has only one camera left from him. The bulldozer was destroyed, and they begin to hammer into the remaining teams in the center of the plant. On the right flank of the service, she is attacking, judging by Alpha Aurora. What is his almost entire group of Fan Kupanov himself the problem? One camera here is in principle capable of destroying the command center over a period of time, so you have to use a promotion and fight off this. Talon didn't react to Hamer and lost this same Hamer. Talon himself has a little problem at the base. There is nothing to drive in. The Red Guards move a little behind, we work in front. 2 Gatling well in the command center is only Kupanov left. Yes, there is absolutely nothing else, and no one lives there at all. No, after all, the fan is knocked out of the ogre. He doesn't even give up the experience. He stupidly endures the heavy confrontation. In fact, the whole game was just like in one breath, although there were no active attacks, but the whole game lasted for us. Oh, a good half hour. Long enough, but they still carried the fan. They still carried the fan, although I believe that yours was a mistake at the beginning, when he decided to choose a defensive tactic which gave the standard the opportunity to win for the general. If Fan Sostan had played more aggressively from the start, he would not have allowed the column to develop. What serious problems Talona would have had. Well, I hope you liked it. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, ring the bell, and subscribe. Also, join us on the Provo and Twitch Live channels to watch amazing streams that will brighten your day. We also invite you to join our Discord channel to subscribe and share your games with us if you have any. Well, I won't bid farewell just yet.